Hey everyone, I'm Dan from JazzComposersPresent.com, an online space where composers, musicians, and listeners come together to celebrate the music we love. I'm joined today by Ayn Inserto, composer, conductor, Bob Brookmeyer protégé, and professor in jazz composition at Berklee College of Music. Ayn is here to show us how to edit your work.
Hi, Dan. Thanks for having me. It's great to be a part of this. And here's my mini lesson for today. So you think you're done with your piece, but are you really? Sometimes you need to go back and edit. And the first thing about that is to make sure that you have time away from your piece, meaning that it's not in your headspace and it gives you a chance to have some distance and separation. Today, we're going to look at one of my pieces called Eshel Sketch. I actually finished a piece for a commission and it was premiered, but I had to go back and edit it because I felt that there was definitely some elements missing from it. And the edits were done so that I could record it on my second album. So first, we're going to take a listen at letter A. And this is the initial exposition of the theme. And in the original finished version, this was also what we had, and also before I did the edits. So in this version of the original version, that is, what happened was I went from this letter B section, which is an interlude, all the way to letter C. And so now we're going to listen to letter C and we can hear what it was in the original version. So I felt that there wasn't enough motivic development of the theme and thus needed to insert a section. But the tricky part was that I had to make sure that the elements that happen between from A through B will also be heard in this new section and somehow be able to link it back to letter C. And so now we'll take a look at what I had to insert, which is B1. So you can see here in B1, what I've done was to take the sort of same rhythmic and spatial elements that I had previously in letter A, but I've sort of beefed it up a little bit. And then if we can see on the second page, we can also see that there was a lot of space in between, but now I have more of the elements with the bass, with the rhythm section, and with the brass. And then we can see that there's an extension if we go on to the third page of the theme, and it keeps on going. And then as I get to the fourth page, and you can see now in the lower parts, so in the bari sax, for example, and also in the rhythm section on the bottom, we're going to start to see some of these elements that were taken from letter B, which was the interlude material. As we get towards the end of this, down to page 5 and 6, this is up to page 5, you can see here in the rhythm section, that material is also the same material that occurs in letter B. And so that's how I managed to sort of transition into letter C. So that's what happened in terms of taking the elements from before and then doing it here. Before we listen to this, I also mentioned that sometimes edits can mean that you might dismiss an entire section of a piece. And sometimes when you do edits, they also could take you down this rabbit hole in which that you just suddenly, the piece cannot be so-called fixed. And Bob Brookmeyer would definitely say, he's like, well, can't fix it here, we'll fix it in the next piece. And so now we will take a listen to this section that links letter B and letter C. Once again, that was my composition, Eshel Sketch, from my album Muse. That was the Ayn Inserto Jazz Orchestra featuring George Garzone. I hope you get a chance to check out our album. And I also hope that these tips will help you in the editing process. Thanks again.
Thanks for watching today's mini lesson. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Drop any questions, comments, or suggestions for future videos in the comment section down below. To watch our full-length events and participate in live Q&As with our presenting artists, head over to jazzcomposerspresent.com. Thanks, and we'll see you next time.